While she laughed with him, I walked out quietly. What she didn't know was that a 64-year-old shoebox held my grandfather's secret fortune.
For the first 22 years of my marriage, I believed I understood two things. Hard work always pays off, and a loyal spouse would never betray the hands that fed her. Both beliefs shattered the day my wife, Michelle, invited her boss Carl Peterson to our anniversary dinner after I explicitly told her that if she did, I was done. She laughed, rolled her eyes, and said I was being dramatic. She invited him anyway. That night, walking into my own home, I found Carl's BMW in my driveway and the curtains drawn in the master bedroom, something Michelle never did during the day. I heard laughter upstairs, not nervous laughter, not surprised laughter. Comfortable laughter. The kind people share when they've crossed lines so many times the guilt is gone. I stood at the bottom of the stairs holding roses and feeling something quiet inside me die, but I didn't confront them. I didn't scream. I walked back to my truck and waited 3 hours. I watched Carl leave at 6:30 p.m. He kissed my wife on my front porch, wearing the silk robe I bought her for Christmas. She smiled like a teenager sneaking around with her secret boyfriend. By 9 a.m. the next morning, divorce papers were served, to me, not her. Michelle had planned everything with Carl. The courthouse hallway echoed with her laughter while she clung to his waist. "Some businessman you turned out to be," she sneered. They took everything, my business, my savings, my house. Even custody of my 19-year-old twins who barely spoke to me anymore because Michelle and Carl had convinced them I had abandoned the family, despite me working nonstop to pay for their college. I went from owning a thriving electrical supply company and a 6-bedroom home to living in a dingy studio apartment that smelled like mildew and the curry restaurant below it. I had $1,043 left, a 20-year-old car, and a life that felt like someone had erased me from it. Then one night, going through the last storage unit Michelle didn't know existed because I de-rented it years ago in my late father's name, I found a shoebox labeled "Important Papers." Inside it was a yellowed passbook from 1960 with a $50 deposit, my name written on it by my grandfather, Robert. I remembered vague childhood stories about him opening an account for me, but everyone assumed it was long gone due to bank mergers. Still, the next morning I took it to a local Chase branch more out of nostalgia than hope. When the teller saw the passbook, she froze, excused herself, and fetched the branch manager, Theodore. They walked me to his office like I was carrying a live bomb. After several tense minutes of typing, he rotated his computer monitor toward me, my vision blurred. The account balance was $4.8 million compound interest at 7.5% annually for 64 years had turned my grandfather's single sacrifice $50 into a fortune. I whispered, "This can't be real." "Oh, it's real," Theodore said. "And there's more." He retrieved another file from the archives. In 1965, my grandfather purchased **** 5 shares of Berkshire Hathaway *** for $100 total. Today, those shares, after decades of splits and Buffett's investment genius, were worth $8.2 million. My grandfather, a man who never made more than $15,000 a year, had reached out from the grave and saved me in the most unbelievable way. Then came the letter. A handwritten note he left specifically for me. ***, what is hidden cannot be stolen. Trust no one completely. Not even those who share your bed. Never let them see all your cards. ***. Michelle and Carl had looked everywhere for hidden assets, except a 64-year-old passbook created before I was born. If she had even tried to access it during the divorce, the account's terms said its value would revert back to the original $50. The timing had been perfect. And now I had $13 million. Invisible to Michelle, I didn't move out of my studio. I didn't buy a car. I didn't post a thing. I lived the same miserable routine for 2 more weeks. Meanwhile, I quietly hired the most feared attorney in New York, Arthur Blackstone, Carl's former mentor. The man he idolized. Arthur didn't just help me, he destroyed them. He uncovered that Carl had bribed Judge Brennan for years. He found that Michelle had submitted fabricated bank statements, paid witnesses, and manipulated our children with fake emails and edited photos. He uncovered kickback schemes, fabricated evidence, and a forensic accountant, Carl's cousin, who'd lied under oath. Arthur filed a RICO case, organized crime-level charges. Within weeks, Carl was arrested at his law office in handcuffs. Judge Brennan was arrested at the country club Mid-Martini. Michelle's bank accounts were frozen. The divorce ruling was overturned. Every asset she stole had to be returned. She was implicated in fraud alongside Carl.